What's up, boys? ShieldMaster here, and today we're gonna see some tips and tricks for the Riot Shield. Hopefully these tips will help you improve your gameplay with it and, actually become a real shielder, right? Now, before we start, I want to make a little update about the best Riot Shield class setups. If you haven't checked out my video, click the top right corner. You can see their icon right now in the top right corner. And so for the pistol, I actually discovered that the best pistol is actually the .357. And you need the long barrel 357, 5 milliwatt laser, light trigger, snake shot, and for me fast melee. These are the best attachment for these pistols, alright? Now for the ground war class, I'm gonna show you to you. These are actually the best attachment you can put. Compensator, barrel 19.8 prowler, magazine of 50 rounds, recon, and I mean the optic is up to you, to be honest, so you can actually remove it if you want and put something else. I don't have a good eyesight, as I said in my create a class video, so yeah, it's up to you. Now let's get right into the game so I can show you the tips and tricks. So guys, let's start. First of all, you want to use the Riot Shield correctly. So most of what people do is like just doing this. Oh, let's swap weapons. Yeah, I'm shooting. And this is how people think the Riot Shield works. They're completely wrong. So I'm gonna explain to you all the tricks and tips that usually techniques that I use with the Riot Shield. The first of all, it's called swap knife. I mean, the name says it all. I even say that in my create a class video. So in this game, if we have the throwing knife and we try to melee with our gun, as you can see, we use the knife and it's a one-hit melee, right? Now, swap knife, as I said before, swap knife. That's all. So when we're gonna use this technique, when people are rushing us, so try to think there's a Riot Shield there. He's pushing you. He's gonna probably super sprint, so his sprint out time will be a lot bigger if you think about it, because he's super sprint. So you have two options. If he's sprinting direct in front of you, at this point it's better that you bash them at this point. But if they're trying to flank you by, how can I say, you're over here and they're trying to flank you on a big route, so on a long way, you can see them swap and knife them. They'll never see that coming, and even if they see it, you kill them before they can kill you. So remember, this is the swap knife. Now, let's talk about the shield bash. Why I say to push with the shield bash if they're pushing you. So I think that if you have used the Riot Shield in this game, you probably, most of you have probably bashed it like this. You bash the guy and then you backward, you stay away from him. You bash and you get away from him. Well, I can tell that that's completely wrong in this game. Don't get me wrong, I always do that in other games like World War II. Not really World War II because you get stuck, but it's another story. So you do not get away from the enemy. Always stay in his face. Because, as I said, the shield gets stuck in this game, and you might say, bro, you just said stuck on World War II, it's a bad thing. Yeah, on World War II, but in this game, when you get stuck on an enemy with the Riot Shield, you actually follow them precisely. There is no late, unless there is really a lot of lag, but at that point you have already quit the game because it's unplayable. They cannot flank you. So, how do you do it? You just bash them. As soon as you bash them, you keep walking in their direction. Don't need to sprint or anything. Just bash and keep walking and bash again. That's all. Now, I have another tip for you. How to actually bash faster with the Riot Shield. Now, and I'm gonna bash without doing anything. This is max speed with the Riot Shield. Kinda slow, huh? Now, how to maximize the shield bash. This is gonna improve the speed by 10%. I don't have the number, but it's definitely faster. So what do you want to do is then when you're bashing someone, keep spamming the sprint button. I don't like this, something like this. while you keep pushing the melee button at the same time. You can see that it's kind of bit faster, right? So there is of course a downside in doing this. You're like 5 or 10% faster, so you can kill people more easily, of course. But for that frame of window that you prepare the other shield bash, you're exposed. But it's just a tiny frame. Usually, I mean, 95% of the time, it's not gonna end well for the enemy. It's not gonna likely kill you because you get stuck. Remember always to walk in his direction. Do not get scared. As soon as you bash him, do not get away from him. Stay in his face. Do not get away from him. Alright? I'm gonna show you an example later with a bot. Okay? Now, this is all for the shield bash. The center dot. What is the center dot? I think you can already know what it is. You can see right now in the center of my screen a little dot. Well, this is one of the most overpowered weapon for the Riot Shield. I mean, I think that many of you already understood why, but for the guys that didn't understand yet, you can actually aim your throwing knife without getting exposed. As you know, the shield got nerfed, so now when you hold the knife, you're exposed and they can actually kill you. Now, with the dot, you can actually aim the knife. So, for example, there is an enemy, I don't know, over there. The blue bar think that is an enemy. He's aiming at you, he's shooting at you. You cannot just do this because it's gonna kill you. So you aim with the dot and then you throw the knife. Remember, of course, to compensate for the distance, so you need to aim a bit higher. Remember that. The further the guy is, the higher you need to aim. Alright? This is all about the center dot. Now, let's talk about the tail. Okay? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna show you an example later about the tail, but I'm gonna explain you the base of the tail. What is the tail? It's an abbreviation for the telegraphic movement. So in a game like COD, every time you swap weapon, you shoot or reload, or even pulling out a grenade, using the steam, everything, you have a movement. Your character actually do the movement to show that he's doing that action, right? So this is the main part of shielding, the tail. Okay, so what you're saying? How can this help me? As I just said, this show what you're doing, right? So if you're blocking bullet from a guy, and he's actually gonna swap weapon, maybe he's pulling out an RPG, and in that case you need to act fast, or about to throw a Semtex or a frag, or even swapping weapon or anything, right? Or even reloading. Remember reloading. You can see them doing that. Now it takes a bit of time to react to this movement, because if you have used a gun until now, it's something that you don't even care about. But with the shield, it's really important, because when the guy is exposed to you, when he cannot shoot at you. When he's about to throw a grenade, he cannot shoot at you. So you can swap and kill him, especially with this pistol, because it's really good. Or he's running away and swapping weapon. You swap, kill them. Remember when they run away, man. Remember, sometimes there are people that shoot and they start to run away. And when they turn their back to you, it's time to kill them, because they lower their guard. They think that you're gonna chase them with the Riot Shield, but you ain't that stupid, man. You're gonna swap to your trusty pistol and kill them. So yeah, the tail is actually telegraphic movement. I'm gonna show you later with the bot as well, with the shield bash, as I said before, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about the fastest way to shoot after swapping from a shield. So as you know, if you swap from the shield and you press R1 too early, you're gonna bash. So you need to for the shield to actually disappear completely for your visual. But there's actually a way to trick this thing. So before you actually swap to your gun and you're aiming at the guy for shooting at him, hold the aim button. I don't know now if you use L2 or L1. I use L1 because I'm more comfortable with, but before I swap weapon, I just hold the L1 button, so the aim button, and then swap. And you might say, what's the difference? The difference is that when the shield is swapping, you can actually hold R1. So remember, hold L1 while you're aiming at the guy with the shield, then press triangle, and as soon as you press triangle, hold the fire button. And you're gonna shoot the fastest as possible. So there is a guy shooting at me, I don't know, reloading. I'm holding R1, triangle, R1. And this is the fastest way to shoot. You hold the aim, triangle, R1. This is the fastest way possible to shoot with the Riot Shield. And this is where amped comes in play, right? With the pistol and amped, you have really fast swap time. And people sometimes cannot even understand what happened, they're already dead. Especially with this pistol, up close, it's lethal. Now, and this is the fastest way to shoot with a gun. Remember, I made, you know, the class tabs with the kilo because I really have a super fast swap time, etc. Do it the same, even with assault rifle or SMG, the same. It works the same with every weapon. Now, I want to talk about something that... Sorry for my dog, let me close the door 1 second. There you go, forgive me guys. He's evil dog. No, I'm joking, he's a good dog, but sometimes he barks too much. So, I was talking about, this is the hardest part of using the Riot Shield. Myself, that I've been using the shield for 10 plus years now, I still not super good at this thing because it's actually insane. Now for this thing, this is called leading. I'm gonna leave in the description a video of a friend of mine. He's literally my master, Riot Guy PSN. If you're watching, man, you're great as always, my friend. And he explained in a video what leading is. And now I'm gonna sum it up. If you want more details, and I highly suggest to watch that video because it seems complicated, but when you watch that video, he explains really good, even with, you know, pictures and stuff, and you can understand everything. So in order, when people, you need to understand when you see an enemy, it's not actually the enemy, it's some kind of trailing ghost that is scoping what he's doing. So have you ever wondered when sometimes you think that you're behind cover, for example, there is a guy shooting at you, and you run behind hard cover and you died anyway, and you watch the kill cam and you can see the enemy shooting at you without any problem. That's his leading. So you're saying, how this work with the shield? Same thing, you turn the shield to the guy that is shooting at you, but with like the example with the cover, he didn't see you yet turning around. I mean, he can see your trailing ghost, and your trailing ghost copy everything you do with a bit of delay. So it doesn't matter that you see yourself behind cover, it matters that the enemy sees you behind cover. So this is why you need high sensitivity with the Riot Shield, because you can snap, and your trailing ghost can snap as well. There is always that bit of a delay. In this game, the delay is really small. If you haven't watched Exclusive Ace video, if you go to option and see your latency, and for example it says 300 and stuff, you just need to divide that by 10. The latency that you see in game, this is sometimes it's around 340. Divide that by 10, so it's actually 34. 34. Not 340. Okay, divide always the latency that you see. So when you see 1000, it's actually 100. All right. So this is leading. You actually need to turn before. You need to do your action before you even think you can do them. So this is the easy part. Now the harder part is when someone is actually silk or strafing you. So for example, yeah, this is the enemy. So when he try to think that he's still cross-strafing me, try to flank me, you don't need to aim at the guy with the shield, you need to aim ahead, a bit ahead of him, so he can see your trailing ghost pointing at him. Because remember, you need to aim, so your trailing ghost keep following you, and your trailing ghost is gonna aim at him, and you're gonna be able to block bullets. I know it sounds strange, but you need to predict the future. This is why I told it seems kinda hard, okay? Because you need to predict where the enemy will be. So try to think that you have the throwing. For knifers out there, when someone is running, you lead with the knife, so the knife comes and kills them on the way. This is the same thing, but just need to aim the shield. That's all. Okay. I suggest, as I said before, to watch the video of my friend Riot Guy. I'm gonna leave it in the description. First link in the description. Watch it. It takes like 8 minutes and you understand completely leading, okay? Trust me guys, this is the most important part to cover yourself properly with the Riot Shield. Now, I'm gonna explain to you a couple of tips about how to rush with the shield and, you know, walk in general. So, if you want to rush a point, never sprint like this, because you're fully exposed and they're gonna kill you right on, okay? Really easily. Now, this is a tip when you spawn or in game in general. When you spawn, since the shield when you sprint always go on your right, I always suggest to push the left side of the map. So for example, I spawn here, this is a big, first thing that this is a big map. If I push right and there is an enemy over there, he's gonna see me exposed because the shield is on my right and he can kill me easily. But on the other way around, if I do it like this, I can actually cover myself from center map, and people with center map are gonna see a big shield cover my right. This is the best way to push with the shield. Always push the left side. It's the best way. Of course, if there is really no one on the left side, push the right side, but be more careful. Now, how to push someone. Usually when I push center map, this is what I do. And what is this? You might say, bro, you're spamming the sprint button. Not really. I'm holding the sprint button, but while I'm holding, I just spam the aim button. Because if you press the aim button while you're sprinting with the shield, you're gonna stop. And then as soon as you release, you're gonna sprint again. No need to touch the sprint button. Just hold the sprint button and spam the aim button, like this. You see, you can move a bit faster than walking. You see, this is your walking speed, and this is this speed, because you can actually mix the walk with the sprint a bit. Of course, it's not as fast as sprinting, but it's actually more safe. You know, you're not fully covered, you're like 3/4, 2/3 of your body are covered if you do like this. You just need to spam really fast though, really fast. So the fastest, the safer, remember that. And that's how you, of course, push someone. Of course, if you see an enemy, just stop and crouch. That's the best way. Stop and crouch, okay? This is how you push with the Riot Shield. Now, the last tips are actually how to survive a Semtex. I think some of you already know that. Now, this is before the last update, the 1.0. And I discovered that if you get stuck with the Semtex and you put the shield on your back and crouch or go prone, you can survive. Now, I haven't tested this yet again after the update. But there is one thing that I tested, and when you get stuck with the Semtex and there is a thin wall, not a thick one, a thin wall like this, you saw this barrier, even the door or this wall, you can just face the wall and survive. This trick, it's here since Modern Warfare 2, it never went away. I don't know why, but it's still here after 10 years, and I think it's one of the best. It's not a broken glitch to be honest, but yeah, it's a way to survive the Semtex. Now, how to survive the termite. If you get stuck with a termite, you're gonna burn slowly, but it's not gonna kill you instantly. So this is where the steam comes in play. I said it many times, the steam is the best tactical with the Riot Shield. Now let me explain to you a little tip with the steam. So when you use the steam, from the enemy perspective, your shield goes a bit on your right, so you want to compensate for that. And when you aim the steam, so this line is the enemy, I'm using the steam, I watch a bit on my left, and then I aim at him as soon as it finishes, because you get exposed a bit on your left when you use the steam. Not too much, just a bit, so you want to aim a bit on your left to compensate the exposed area. As soon as you finish to heal up, look at him. That's all. Now, I was saying, if you get stuck with a termite, only one, not two, of course, you can actually spam the two steam really fast, and you can survive. Just use them both, you can survive a termite stack. This is great. Remember, Semtex, thin wall, it's bad. You know, if you get stuck with the Semtex, you're pretty much done. So, remember, if you get stuck, just try to face the first wall near to you. If you're lucky, you're gonna survive. You know, it's still a chance to survive, so try it anyway, okay? It's better than not trying. Now, I'm gonna show you the example that I told you before with the shield bash, the tail. So I'm gonna put a bot so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright guys, I put a bot, hopefully he doesn't find me before I finish the talk, but yeah, I'm gonna show you what I mean by getting stuck with the shield and remaining stuck, the faster bash, and the tail. Alright, let's go. Here's the boy. Come here boy, come here. Oh man, he's blind. The recruit bots, man, they're actually blind. Yeah, I'm here bro. Alright, this is the tail. Look at him, he's shooting. He's shooting, right? Look at him, closely. He's reloading. And you attack. You see? You saw that correctly, right? He was reloading. You can see that. You saw that, right? Now, since he's recruit bot, I don't know if he's gonna throw something like Semtex and stuff, but I can actually assure you that he's gonna reload after 15 minutes. So let's do it again. He's reloading. You swap and you kill him. That's all. This is tell, man. Remember, they can throw stun at you, reloading as this example. Yeah, always watch what the enemies do. Usually the main one are swapping, reloading, and throwing equipment. Alright? Now, I'm gonna show you what I mean by faster bash. Come here, boy, come here. These are your previous shields, you see? Now, look how it gets stuck into the enemy. Look. You see, he moved, he has no way to kill me. Even if he tries to flank you, turning around, don't be scared, just keep walking in his direction, alright? That's all you need to do. Let's find it again. There you go, he's here. You see, he tried to run, he has no way. Right, and I'm gonna show you the faster bash, alright? Let's go. Remember, just keep walking in his direction while you bash. Let me show you one more time as soon as we find the boy. Keep walking in his direction and you bash. You see, he cannot do anything. Trust me. Just hold the left stick, I know, upward, and there you go. Just think that you're walking in front of you. That's all you need to do. Now let me show you the faster bash. Remember, find the enemy, of course. There you go. Come here, boy. There you go. This is the faster bash. I was spamming the sprint button like this. Remember. Spam the sprint button while you're spamming the bash button. The same together. You see, I got damage a bit. You saw that? I got damage a bit because of that little frame where I'm exposed. Alright guys, this is all for today's guide. I hope this was really useful for you. Yeah, you can trust my tips, you know, I've been using the shield for 10 years now. So yeah, I hope this can improve your gameplay with the Riot Shield. And yeah, from ShieldMaster, thank you for watching. Check out my Create a Class video if you haven't. And I hope I can see more shielders out there, alright? Peace, guys. Oh, and before I go, shout out to James Lofts. He helped me with some tests before the video, so thank you, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, guys, remember to check the Riot Guy video about leading. And this is all. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.